Yeah. Listen, watch these. Alexa, Christmas off.
Oh,
All the
look
lights
at
in the house.
you.
They're got 6 like smart plugs. They're only like £4 each or something.
Should we put our Amazon code underneath so people can?
Yeah. Are we live? I didn't realise
Yeah,
we're
we're
live.
live.
Oh, right.
Good morning, everyone.
Don't show everybody your other tricks, Steve.
Good
Alexa,
morning, everyone.
Christmas on.
Oh, look
Thank
at
you.
that.
See that?
Yeah, love it. Right. As Christmas is on, this is our last Talking Ball of 2020. It's the 18th of December. We are going to return in the new year. I think we all need a break, given the markets are giving us the right run around at the moment. Just in terms of latest news and what's causing choppy conditions, obviously Brexit is very much in the headlines at the moment, and big differences remain in the Brexit trade talks. Fishery is still the main sticking point. It's just, you might as well stick this part on repeat each day. European Union is also pushing for vaccinations to start just after Christmas, so some positive news on that front. Emmanuel Macron actually tested positive for COVID-19, which so he's got a number of European leaders having to isolate because they've come into contact with him. I'm not sure that will slow anything down with regards to Brexit talks. They can't get any slower than they already are. Elsewhere, there is more chat about US stimulus, which is giving markets a bit of a boost. So overall, it's still very much the same. No real changes in, no catalysts, as we've been sort of discussing previously, to change anything. Therefore, it's just more of the same. So I guess you guys are going to show us more of the same on the charts, are you?
Yeah, pretty much. It seems to be every time we start talking bull, we have this like rally in the equity market. It does coincide with obviously the EU and the British talking about Brexit, and Barnier obviously coming out this morning talking about still problems with the fisheries. The Irish PM Martin, his comments this morning were hopeful of a Brexit deal this weekend. So that's led to
say that. I've been saying that every weekend for the past year.
It's a typical
less than 50% chance, isn't it? They said yesterday. One of the
so
UK guys.
That's hopeful, isn't it?
I'll take those odds.
I mean, it's a typical Irish mentality. It's a little bit more optimistic rather than pessimistic. So, yeah, good lad. Thank you, Irish PM Martin. He said there has been progress in the Brexit talks, but obviously fisheries, it's all these vegetarians and fishy people that are causing the problem. Sorry, Joe. But, you have to be called out live. Now, let's look at the markets. As you can see, again, every time we look at the 8 o'clock, we're having a move going back there and back here. We're having these moves in the markets on the equity indices. Cameron's just rolling out his golf mat to get some practice in because he's not allowed out. And
can't fault
here we have the monthly chart. Obviously, the monthly chart looking very positive. We're looking to push above and close above maybe the 61.8% fib and the previous swing high, which should lead to further potential upside going into the new year. Obviously, as we do every year, we seem to get a December rally. So nothing changed there then. And obviously, you can see with the DAX pushing hard towards the all-time high, 13,828. We're only 120 points away from that. So that's potentially looking good. As you can see, in the last hour, we've had this bullish engulfing candle. We just don't seem to get the follow through for the rest of the day. The move happens in the morning and it just slips back into this choppy price action. I suppose this DAX highlights it better than anything. This is what has really been going on since we moved to these highs early November. We've pushed a little bit higher and we've just been chopping every day, just almost doji-like, really painful. Across the pond, a little bit similar. This is the daily chart in the Dow. It's just really gone sideways, just a positive sideways influence. The Nasdaq has pushed higher, its new all-time highs yesterday, and pushing up again towards it today. 12,765 is the all-time high. We're only 17 points away from that, which is not a lot in the Nasdaq, and we're trading at all-time highs in the S&Ps. So all pretty positive on their markets. There's a lot of bearish divergence going on, so do be aware of that. That is when we get a pullback in the momentum of the drive higher, while prices still maintain the elevated levels. So just be aware of that. That's a bit of a caveat for that. In gold, we're seeing a nice AB equals CD correction from the lows. This is pushing up. Potential measured move target coming in here around about the 1935 area. So 3 really decent positive days, and looking to push higher. We're going to get some resistance, but it's only minor resistance around about 1910, 1915 area. But the decent resistance would be up at 1935, plus all the way up to 1965, the previous swing high in 9th, 10th of November. So yeah, crude oil, the only other one I've been watching. This is squeezing higher. No real sign of that slowing down. Although we again, in that we have the obvious bearish divergence.
Well, like that technical scribble there.
You like that one? I did this yesterday. Did a video
go at it again, have you?
Yeah. Well, actually, it's called the ugly onion reversal formation. That's an onion. That is that blue thing.
Yeah, it's like a scabby apple.
Actually, it could be called a scabby apple. I'm sure you've got a word for it in your book of phrases. But really, it's just highlighting the morning doji star formation. This is on the crude oil market, and also this is on the monthly charts. So obviously expecting a big reversal from that sort of formation, and it's just really gone sideways. But it looks like it's last month, November, was a bullish outside candle, very positive, and we have reacted to that and pushed higher. So I think the levels we're targeting in oil, crude oil, is around about the 53 area, which is a 678.6, yeah, 53.40, 78.6, and this is where the gap happened on the crude oil when it collapsed earlier in the year, when Corona really hit, and we filled this gap really nicely, and we've reacted higher. And but again, I think if we get the MACD on there, the moving average conversion divergence, we'll see the obvious signs of bearish divergence, where you're seeing the prices move up, but the actual momentum is slowing. So yeah, it's just sort of like grindy, isn't it? I don't really want to talk about Bitcoin because it's bitty.
Because we're not in it.
No. Yeah, 23,000 it's pushed up to. The high is, yeah.
There's a resistance level at 24,150. Don't know what the high was.
Resistance? Get out of there. Get out of here.
Hold on, let me get the chart.
Please pass it over to Ian. I'd love to see how he's come up with resistance. The resistance, I would say, is probably infinite.
Hold on. It's nothing on the 1 hour chart.
As we said yesterday, I feel this is obviously a hugely manipulated market. So
just here, look. Oh, look at that arrow. Wow,
there you go. That's exactly what Fibonacci projections are for. Well done, E.
241,120, and it's got quite close. But it shouldn't be a reversal because there's nothing else that lines up with it. But I think you'll get a little stall, spoof. Might get a spoof back to these support levels, or maybe even a Marabuzo. Depends where it closes this week. But yeah, I wouldn't be buying into that at the moment. But everybody's talking about it being a risk asset now as well, aren't they?
Yeah, does feel that way.
And if that's the case, I don't think it's going to stay up there because I'm still fighting trends. I've just thought this is quite interesting. On where's all these lines coming from? This is DAX 1 hour. Got this confluence zone here, so I'm wondering whether or not it's going to hold. I'm still a very stubborn bull when it comes to the dollar, so I'm still looking for that risk-off move. It's happened in the yen pairs. It's just not happened in the dollar pairs yet. So if you look here, I had a decent sort of ride up yesterday. We're getting pretty close to this. Well, we've surpassed this level here, which is so there's basically a buy zone in between these two, which is 89.87 and 89.56, and we did spike through it and look like we've had a little bit of a lift to the upside. And I'm just thinking about sort of Elliott wave, because I think this is a very choppy sort of in a big picture AB equals CD formation. So I think the whole thing is corrective, and this looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down in 5. And even this short time frame, if you really squint quite hard, you can see it in 5 waves. So I think we're getting towards a low in the dollar, if not the low in the dollar index, for at least a correction up towards this reverse trend line. I know that's hard to believe when you're sort of looking at these, but we've smashed through that resistance level, which is at 121.50. But when you're looking at symmetrical patterns, then they're very rarely stop where you expect them to stop, and the ranges, so if you get rid of that for a sec, the ranges have a tendency to be ranges. So instead of it being there and it being perfected, there's still a chance for the range to be up here. So I think overnight we've had a sort of decent push lower. If you look at cable here, that was a butterfly formation. We just stopped short and started to move off. 161.8% for euro dollar. Not as powerful, the move to the downside, but then I think euro sterling is looking quite well bid at the moment. Dollar Swiss, this wedge, I mean, we sort of broke it and rejected it once, but we're having another go at it this morning. The measure move target's all the way up here, so that offers quite good risk reward. As we said before, I don't think there's any, I think it's just selling into rallies in dollar yen. I think it will be risk off, and I think 102.50 is still the target level for that. Dollar CAD I thought was quite interesting. This looks like a double bottom formation, so a break there, and I've put it on the other chart. Break there, and the target level is up here at 128.90. The only thing on the docket today as well is Canadian retail sales, so I think that looks quite nice for a dollar play. And then Aussie dollar, sort of big picture analysis again. This is the confluence zone, 76.10, 76.19. We're currently trading 76.03, so we are trying to get below these levels. It's just obviously very hard to pick tops, but it's looking like the dollar could potentially have a turn. But if it does have a turn, I need to see those stock indices move lower. That's
yeah. Okay, thanks, Ian. Pretty much covered it all there. In terms of other news, I think we've pretty much covered all of that. In Japan, the BOJ kept rates steady with a 6-month extension to the emergency funding program, which was helping stocks outperforming the regions. That's why we saw some bullishness in the APAC indices overnight. I think that's it. So we can move on to the guns.
Triple witching today.
It's normally on a Thursday, isn't it? Triple witching.
Was it? It's
or maybe you're right.
Well, it's the
third Friday
third Friday of the third Friday of the third Friday.
Oh, okay. Maybe
I don't know. Steve, you're futures, aren't you? Is it?
Money mill, mate. I've converted.
Fair enough.
Triple witching. Triple witching. Nah.
All the futures.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I'm not. I can't.
Triple witching happens 4 times a year: 3rd Friday of March, June, September, and December.
Yay!
Well done.
Yeah. So that's, if nobody knows what that is, it's basically the fixing for the futures contracts. So if there's a big futures expiry and it's pretty close to what the strike price is, then sometimes the market, we're not talking about market manipulation again, but sometimes banks will push it so that it misses the strike price. So you get quite high volatility, especially if there's low liquidity on triple witching. And on the 18th of December, with not many people about, I would have thought you've got that chance today.
Nice spot. Thanks, here.
Yeah.
Okay, so guns to the head yesterday. 3 trades as always. FTSE short, Dow long, oil short.
Did I get stopped?
I had both of you to stop.
Stewards.
Please confirm either way.
Yeah, I'll moan about it later.
FTSE, I had 0.61R return at the close. It didn't really go anywhere, to be totally honest. So we'll take it because.
Should.
Yeah, go on.
It's not. Show my screen. Hasn't it there? Is it? Look.
Yeah, that looks like it's hit it. E.
What?
Joking. No,
Right, what was the 9 o'clock close, Ian?
He's
9 o'clock close. I know.
thieving me again. He's thieving me. I think it's where I opened. 9 o'clock open is 48.40, and I sold it at 48.32. So I was offside, but
48.40. Okay.
Stop.
Well, that makes it better.
You have to be careful with him. Did he start?
Yeah,
I know.
Check it.
I thought it was like a team thing, but it's clearly not.
There's no I in team.
Very much a team thing. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's a team effort.
We're all in that together.
That's a proper team effort.
Yeah,
it's still 62R, Joe. I think you're doing all right.
Nothing short of horrendous.
I think we've got to change this next year as well. The format. I think we've got to go for more of a trade idea where we may not get triggered. We sort of like say, right, what's our trade idea for the day? And we look at the market, and if we're buying a dip or selling a rally, we do it as we would actually trade it, rather than just being forced into the trade at night at gun to head. So I don't know what we're doing. Huh?
I'm trading these.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
It's
just yours,
bleak,
hopefully.
It's going to be a bleak Christmas in your house then. That's why you're having nut roast instead of a big 25 pound turkey.
My return is our return is negative. So if I don't win today, I've got coal for Christmas.
Yeah, you need to get that back into positive territory today, Steve.
I need to make 168 pips at least as well to get it flat.
Bitcoin.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah,
that's
a good idea. Actually, yeah.
That's where you get the big pip movements.
Great idea. Well done, Joe.
Tell it.
Right, go on, Ian. What you got?
Oh, I'm going with the what's it called?
Dollar index.
Dollar index. I'm having some of this. I'm getting all that there. It's going to be really aggressive. Below the low. So getting long at 89.90, targeting 90.82 with a stop at 89.71, which is just below the low, 4.7R.
Good luck with that.
For all the reasons I said.
Yeah. So what was the stop? 89.71, did you say?
Yeah. I don't actually use stops, but
stops are the buses, aren't they? Steve says. Steve, you got one? You ready on the Bitcoin?
Yeah. Let's go for it.
Go on.
Descending triangle.
What? I don't care. I'm just going to buy it.
Buying it?
Yeah. Why not? It's
up to 24,150.
Yeah, 24,150. Thanks for the target level, E. Love it. Love it. And sort of like if I have a
10 tick stop. Oh, look at that.
Might have to put another zero.
What's the R on that bad boy?
10 to 1. Oh, this is nailed on. Just wish I could trade crypto.
Is it true that we can't trade crypto after the new year? Something about FCA
well, yeah,
regulations?
FCA are trying to sort of like put
just because it's Brexit or something. They haven't mentioned that.
It's all about much money on it.
What about fisheries?
Yeah, I don't think it's because it's Brexit. It's just because it's so unregulated, and they don't like the fact that there's so many people scamming other people out of money. Fair enough. So I'm getting long at 23,042.55, targeting 24,150 because that's Ian's resistance, and the stop is 22,931.85, and I'll put those in on a alert basis, so Joe won't be able to say, "Oh no, you got stopped out of that."
Check the spreads on it.
Ooh.
Oh, sod the spreads, mate.
We're DMA.
DMA.
There
Right,
you
good
go.
luck, Steve.
If that alert goes off, then I'm stopped.
Steve
Right.
is the market anyway.
You know what I was going to do though? I was going to basically sell FTSE before you convinced me to go otherwise.
I like that. I'd do that instead.
Oh look, I'll nearly be stopped
You
out. I'll be
stopped
stopped
out,
out by the end of the program. I'm glad I didn't.
Right, my one, I'm going to go short of Euro Oz. Just fancied it on the hourly charts. Looks like it's heading lower in the short term, so going to back a continuation of that. It's currently trading at 61.28. We did see a bit of a break of a channel here, and what I thought was a retest. It's testing that theory right now. Needs to turn around ideally. So selling now, going to target a move down to 60.06. I'm going to put a stop loss in place at 61.67, so that'd be 3.25R if that pays out from here.
Luck.
Cool. So there's our free trades. In terms of data today, Ian, you mentioned there was Canadians retail sales. Is that right?
Yeah. There's a lot
German
on the docket.
EFO index, which it was out 8 minutes ago. It was expected.
Better than expected.
Okay. Lovely. So I think that's pretty much it, gents.
For the year.
For the year, yes. Thanks for joining us throughout the year.
Christmas.
Have a great Christmas, everybody, and we will be back in January.
Excellent. Merry Christmas.
Hopefully.
Happy
Merry
New Year.
Christmas, everyone.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
See you lads.
All right, mate.